First product is something that I have been talking your ears off about the past couple of months, and it's because I'm like so aggravated with this product, and that is the disposable hand sanitizers. I know everyone likes them because they are aesthetically pleasing. They're really nice to have. They're probably convenient too. You know, they have the spray ones, and then they have like the bottle ones where you can just, you know, sanitize your hands on the go. I purchased a disposable sanitizer back in 2020, but I still have that same bottle and I refill it. So we were purchasing like gallons of sanitizer. I'm going to start making my own sanitizer because I don't know about where you guys live, but where we live, like the sanitizer marketing is insane. Like the ingredients are so sketchy, and I'm just gonna try to make my own, and I can refill the bottles that we have, the so-called disposable bottles. If you have those like little sanitizer bottles, you can just refill them. I'm not sure about the spray sanitizer. Again, I feel like that product is like the worst. You can't refill it. Oh, I've heard you can't refill it. I think the best route for myself, and also my partner feels the same way, which is great. It's nice that we're both on the same boat when it comes to products like this. In order to save money and the environment, the best thing that we can do is just refill the bottles that we have. And like I said, I'm going to be trying to attempt to make our own sanitizer once when we're out. I think we have like this much left. So once when that's gone, I'm gonna start doing my research on how to make my own at home, because the ingredients to the other sanitizers are just so questionable. Even the one we have, there were crappy ingredients in it. And I'm talking like random dyes, modified ingredients, and unnecessary stuff. And also fragrances. Like, I don't want fragrance in a lot of products of mine. I don't want fragrance in. If it's hair products, sure. Like, I'm trying to eliminate fragrance in quite a few of our products. If you have a disposable hand sanitizer, try to see if you can refill it, because you will save yourself a ton of money. Even if you don't want to make your own hand sanitizer, you can buy gallons of whatever brand you prefer and just refill that little disposable bottle. Viral skincare products. If you guys have not seen my skincare video, I'll link it up here. I talked about my whole experience with viral products such as like Korean skincare, minimalist skincare. Like, a lot of people are labeling their products as minimalist skincare now to appeal to the minimalist audience, and I fell for it. Now, again, nothing against these companies or anything. I just have really sensitive acne prone skin, and I found what works for me is not having a skincare routine. I use castor oil as a moisturizer. I use unscented bar soap as a face wash, and I use sunscreen. That's it. But when it comes to viral skincare products, I am good. Like, I am not buying no more face mask. So if you're into like face mask stuff, instead of purchasing it with like ingredients that your skin might not like, you can just use natural things like rose water. You can make your own rose water too. It's super simple. If you have the money for roses, you can use aloe gel. I use aloe gel like at least twice a month. I get like a big aloe leaf. I let it soak for 24 hours. I use it for my hair. I do a huge deep hydration mask with my hair once a month. And then when it comes to my skin, I will use it for that too. I feel like a lot of people can agree with me on this one, and that is Trendy tumblers. When it comes to these cups, if you are a cup connoisseur, keep in mind, these cups are just to hold liquid. That's it. They don't do anything else but hold liquid. They're a pain in the butt to clean, by the way. I have had tumblers, not trendy tumblers. I've always went with black because I used to go to the gym a lot, and black was very forgivable when it came to like getting it dirty. And the one thing that sucked the most with these trendy tumblers is cleaning them. If you guys ever clean stainless steel, like over time it gets like this metal taste. I feel like nowadays they have probably like special cleaners for stainless steel, but then again, it's like another thing that you have to purchase. And some of them do say dishwasher friendly, which is great. You just don't need to purchase the viral trendy tumblers. You don't need it. Like, go for what you truly need. If you need a 32 ounce, go for that. Like, go for the size that you need for yourself. Yeah, trendy tumblers are a no-go for me. I don't care what everyone else is doing. I think it's this age you start to care less what everyone's doing, and you start to care more about what are you doing for yourself. Another thing that I used to buy, and I think I talked about this a couple times, hats. Nike hats, those bucket hats. Like, I wanted to be a hat girl, and it just didn't work out for me. I have such a round face. I'm all set with hats. The only hat that I own, it's not fashionable. It has a purpose. So if we're gonna go for like a walk, even if it's not peak time, like if we're going to the beach or if we're just doing anything outdoors and the sun is just, you know, out, I will wear my sun hat. So I think those are the items that are worth purchasing instead of trendy hats. Like trendy, what are those hats? Like the Nike hats, sport hats. I feel like going more towards the sun protective clothing and sun protective hats are far more worth it. The one thing that I do not and will not purchase anymore is your traditional American foods. I do live a plant-based lifestyle, and there are a ton, and I mean a ton, of processed plant-based food now, which is mind-blowing. 25-year-old Kira would have been super happy that there's vegan eggs and there's vegan burgers of all kinds, vegan hot dogs. 33-year-old Kira, on the other hand, is like, what's that stuff made out of? I'm good. I'd rather have a nice meal with some chickpeas, some mushrooms, maybe some rice. Like, I'd rather make a meal from actual food, not processed food. I know that sounds snobby, but hear me out with this. My entire life, I have lived off of processed food. I didn't grow up with parents or family members that knew how to cook. My mother-in-law has taught me so much when it comes to cooking with fresh ingredients and how simple it can be. I didn't know, and I learned from other YouTubers and other documentaries of what's going on in our food in the US. We have so many weird ingredients that are illegal in most countries. I think it's insane how the food industry is here and how bloated it makes you feel. And I don't want to go through that whole rabbit hole. There's so many documentaries explaining how the food in the US is not food, and it's very true. So I try to do my part for myself, my family. Obviously, we live a plant-based lifestyle, but there are processed plant-based foods also. And again, we're not perfect, but I try my best to like purchase whatever's in our house. Like for our kitchen, I try my best to purchase whole foods. Sometimes it is hard to afford organic, so I try to do the dirty dozen when it comes to organic, and it is expensive, I'm not gonna lie. We just started to break down like things that we just don't need anymore. We started to break down the ingredients. I've educated myself a lot throughout the years when it comes to ingredients. Now, we're not a full non-toxic household. That's gonna take time and money, but when it comes to the food that we were consuming, I try to be very careful, because the food that is sold to us here and is advertised to us here is causing a lot, and I mean a lot, of health problems. Diabetes, heart attacks, obesity, the list goes on and on. So this is just a personal preference when it comes to the kitchen. I think it's just due to my minimalist lifestyle and how I like things to be nice and clear in the kitchen and not have like stuff all on the countertops. Rice cookers and crock pots. I will just cook with the pans that we have. I think for the longest time I've had this huge fear of leaving things on, like leaving things cooking while leaving the house. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because like growing up, it's like, make sure you unplug the straightener. The house is gonna get, caught on fire. So I think like the older I have gotten, I'm afraid of products like a crock pot. Like accidents happen, and I would not want an accident to happen. Do you see my cute little cat? Like, I will be damned if I left something cooking in a crock pot and then I come back and then the firefighters are here and then like they're like, oh, your cat didn't make it. Just to save time for dinner? No. I know I'm being dramatic with this. I'm just not a fan of the crock pots. I think leaving them on while going to work, I don't know, I just don't trust them. It's just, again, personal preference. I'm terrified of fires. No. Not doing that. And when it comes to rice cookers, I'd just rather cook rice the old-fashioned way. It's super simple. It takes less than 20 minutes. While it's cooking, I vacuum. I put a timer on my phone. Once when the timer goes off, the rice is done. And another tip to save time when it comes to cooking rice, you can freeze rice for a while. Like I say up to like 2 weeks you can freeze it. So you can cook a big batch and put it in the freezer and take it out when you need it. I've talked about this so many times before, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time with it. And that is just nail care products. You guys know I live a very, very simple lifestyle. Yeah, I like my nails to be very, very plain, basic, simple, however you want to call it. I used to be that person back in the day to be obsessed with nail polish, nail stickers, getting my nails done, and it just wasn't worth it. It just was such a huge waste of money, and you constantly had to keep up with it because back in the day I was a dishwasher. To have your nails done as a dishwasher for 8 hours, sometimes 12-hour shifts, it just doesn't go well. No matter what kind of gloves you wear, it just doesn't go well. I've learned to love my natural nails over time, and I love how clean they look. Could use a little bit of help with my cuticles, but it doesn't bother me. Expensive hair masks is something that I used to love in the past. Not even just expensive, but hair masks in general. I think expensive for me was like the Briogeo mask. As much as I love Briogeo, I do think it's amazing. The scent is very, very overpowering. I will say it was getting me nauseous over time. But it is a good product. I guess it is clean too. It's hard to keep up with. Price-wise, it's just really, really hard to keep up with. And then you need to make room in your bathroom for these products. I have found other ways to help my hair. And the last thing is something that I used to do all the time, and that is fake jewelry. I don't know what it is. My skin has definitely changed as I got older. I can't wear fake jewelry. I don't want to sound gross, but every time I would wear like fake earrings, after I took the earrings out, my earlobes were swollen, and then the next day it would start to like pus. So the fake earrings that I was using, obviously some of them were from like the dollar store back in the day, Amazon. It's just such a waste of money because they do rust over time. They're not good for your skin. So I don't purchase that stuff anymore. So as of right now, when it comes to jewelry, I only own one thing of real jewelry. It's like little monstera leaves. I don't wear them all the time. I only wear them for special occasions. On that note, I hope you found this video helpful, and I will catch you in the next video.